Super Talk 99.7 WTN, Matt Murphy and you. It's the final hour of our Wednesday edition. The show has flown by thanks to our guest, Andy Ogles, Gary Palmer, Michael Lotfi, and John Rich. I mean, it has been an action-packed show. Tomorrow, we have Metro Councilor Courtney Johnston. That would be the Nashville Metro Council. Courtney Johnston to talk about what a liar Freddie O'Connell is.
Is she still fighting people over there?
Man, I feel bad for her. And, well, I mean, and I say that, I don't say that lightly. I mean, Freddie lied about what happened regarding the tunnel and didn't think he'd get caught. And now receipts are out, and now we know that Freddie was lying about it. And it is what it is. And Freddie, you know what? If you want me to say you were fibbing Freddie, I'll say fibbing. I mean, if that makes you feel better. Maybe misremembering is
misremembering is my favorite.
Yeah, I misremembered. We can do that. So if your memory failed you, whatever, but you're certainly lying about those things. Courtney Johnston tomorrow on the show, plus Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs in person. And I have it on good authority that if you give me any backsass, Jackson, that Glenn Jacobs will put you over his back.
I would like him to slam you through that table.
And shake you vociferously.
Let's test that new shoulder out.
He will throttle you about the neck and shoulders with some sort of wrestling move.
We'll see whose side he's on by the end of that interview.
I just want to know if he can bring the mask with him.
You know, Matt, I interviewed the mayor, Jacobs, during the, we had interviews from the big Republican Party viewing party during election night.
Oh, yeah,
with Marsha Blackburn and all that.
Uh-huh.
And, that is a big man.
Yeah, he's a big
How
big
tall
dude.
is he?
I don't know.
He's listed at 7. I don't know that.
6'7" or 7 foot?
7 foot.
Yeah, he may be that big, Matt. He shook my hand, and I felt like I was 4 years old. He's huge.
He can bench 225, though.
I'm willing to bet he could.
We saw it on social media.
On social media. You know, he issued the 225 challenge, and thankfully I got left out because of my shoulder.
I've got some camera adjusting to do if he's 7 foot.
Oh yeah. You're gonna have to.
No, you don't. You just cut off his head.
That's right. You do whatever Glenn tells you to do. At that point, he's also he's a vocal proponent of what do we call them? Advocates. What are they? When you got the people that you'll walk around and advocate for political campaigns. Oh, what's the word?
Fundraisers?
No. Voices. They're advocates.
Influencers.
They're, influencers. They're.
Tell me what you're talking. Use your words.
I'm talking about people that go on television or radio shows and advocate for particular political candidates. They are surrogates.
Yeah.
Boom.
All the best words right there.
There
it is.
There's the best word.
Isn't that when somebody else has a baby for somebody?
That's correct, Jackson.
Yep.
That show starts at 3. That's right. That's exactly right.
Other use of the word.
And that's another use for the word, but the surrogate is a perfectly good use as well. So, so he's a surrogate for Marsha Blackburn. He'll be on with us tomorrow afternoon as well. So Cameron's here. I'm here. Jay's here. Jackson's here. It feels like we should just go ahead and play some music and do some nincompoops in the news. I don't know. Feels that way. By the way, I love our listening audience. My listening audience on this radio station, on this radio show, is the finest listening audience on planet Earth. Even those of you I disagree with, even those of you who hate listen to me, I love you. And I love the fact that they are coming out of the woodwork and just so Cameron mentioned that he would love to just take a 9mm and take it apart and put it on a debate stage and say, who wants to put this back together? And so you got your manhood challenged.
I did.
Like, what kind of 9mm are we talking about there, Cameron Smith? And so now people are just randomly listing their favorite handguns.
That's how we know these are our people, Matt.
These are our people. And Larry says, Cameron, glad you like the 5.73.
Yeah, man.
0515 says, this is Birch. My wife's got the Ruger LC9.
Yeah, he's responding to my post where I said I have the LC9.
You do have the LC9.
Yeah, and I've got that Springfield Armory XD9, that 9mm you're talking about.
I love
that is a beautiful gun.
I love the gun, and for some reason, I'm more accurate with the XD than I am with my Glock, and they're very similar size and weight.
Yeah.
But the XD feels a little girthier in my hand.
Yep.
And I feel like I'm used to that.
So I'm just like an old school rifle guy. Like I like handguns. Like that's fun for like plinking around. But I have a Thompson Center Icon Deluxe 308, and it is a bolt action. And the boom of a big rifle, it's just fun. It's cool.
I agree. It's why when I'm toying with my handguns and I'm playing around with, what I got a 43X, I've got a SIG 365, and those are, your hideaway and getaway guns. I call them my getaway guns. That will just get you back to the truck where the XD is, and now you got some ammo and some rounds. But you trade those 9s for that 10 mil, and it's just that's why I call it the hand cannon. It is just the noise is significantly different.
The only one that I haven't shot that I kind of want to is the Taurus. I think it's called the Judge.
Oh,
and it's a 410. That's
45/410.
Yeah, so you can shoot the shotgun shells in there, and that's so cool. And I just never did that.
I kind of like that too.
I don't know why.
I like it all. Jackson, give me a rundown as to how Nincompoops has been going over the past several days. Who won yesterday, as a matter of fact?
Cameron won yesterday.
I did.
So he gets to go first.
Oh, well, looky there, Cameron Smith. Imagine you being back for another round of Nincompoops in the News.
I'm everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And I'm ready, so.
Yeah, let's go.
This is a good one. Kids and parents watching horror as a Florida man dressed in a Chuck E. Cheese mascot costume was arrested.
Flag on the play.
What?
We've already done it.
Why? How could...
I did this story like 3 weeks ago, and I saw it on the news the other night. I think it's because the body cam footage has just come out.
Yes, it did show the body cam footage, which watching Chuck E. Cheese getting taken away is perp walked. It's freaking priceless. Stop resisting.
Absolutely
love
it.
Then by definition, I think I have to.
I'm sorry you're flagged out.
I'm flagged out.
I'm going to go next because I've been away, and I'm afraid if I go next and I start the story, I'm going to ask if this story's been done, and if it has been done, I'm going to beg to go last, and I get to go last
because it's your show.
Because it's my show.
Mm-hmm.
2 words: puppy costume. Anybody?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody? Very good. A 46-year-old employee wearing an inflatable dog costume outside of a Florida puppy store allegedly strangled a bike-riding juvenile with whom he had an ongoing dispute. All right, just because I understand what that sentence can do to your mind, I'm going to reread it. A 46-year-old employee wearing an inflatable dog costume outside of a Florida puppy store allegedly strangled a bike-riding juvenile with whom he had an ongoing dispute. Rodney Plathy, who worked at the Sunshine Puppies Company store in Clearwater, Florida, was outside of the business early Friday evening when, quote, multiple juveniles rode by on bicycles. Can you already get the lay of what's going on? Dude is standing there probably making $12 an hour wearing an inflatable puppy outfit. And you got teenagers on bicycles. I can imagine a man can only take so much. I might nullify this jury if I was on this jury. At the time, Plathy, who is a... Okay, maybe not. I didn't read the rest of the story.
Go ahead.
At the time, Plathy, who is a registered sex offender, was wearing a puppy suit costume. The business is adjacent to a busy roadway, and the costumed employee, which is also a sign spinner, serves to attract the attention of passing motorists. Investigators allege that Plathy, who had previously tangled with the young riders, quote, waved the juveniles over to him. Plathy was joined outside by the puppy store proprietor. As the owner was addressing the group, one of the juveniles sought to ride away. The owner grabbed the bike's handlebars to, quote, prevent a collision. Plathy approached the victim from behind and placed him in a chokehold while wearing an inflatable puppy outfit. The male victim, whose age was not listed in court records, told police he was, quote, unable to breathe for a brief period of time until the defendant released him. Plathy was arrested for battery by strangulation. The defendant, according to the arrest affidavit, showed a, quote, strong indication of alcohol influence, refused to speak with police officers. After 2 days of county jail, he was freed upon posting a $10,000 bond. The judge has ordered him to have no contact with the victim. He has an extensive criminal record. My favorite part of the story is he's at work, and the police noticed a strong indication of alcoholic use.
Okay, I'm going to give the guy a pass. If I have to be in an inflatable puppy costume every day,
Well, yeah, and then you're drunk. I mean,
it makes the puppy costume more bearable.
It is. It's one of those that it's like his legs are the puppy's back legs. The dog. It's like he's riding the dog. So his top half is in. You know what I'm saying? And then they have the little phony legs sticking on either side of the puppy.
Yikes.
That's a tough look. That's a tough look for the fella. Feel bad for the man. Jay Harper, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Why not? All right, here we go. A chronic thief who was beaten up after he was caught trying to steal a car outside an inner-city grocery store. He's suing the staff, arguing he was left with life-altering injuries.
Oh, no.
The amount of force used against him was far in excess of what was necessary to execute a citizen's arrest or detain him pending the arrival of law enforcement. That's according to 36-year-old Michael Prince. That's what he alleged in a statement of claim filed earlier this month by his attorney. According to defense submissions heard last summer at his sentencing for a series of unrelated thefts, Prince was arrested in connection to the incident after police followed a blood trail to the door of his home. In his statement, Prince says he was at Dino's Grocery Mart when he stole a jacket containing a wallet and a car key fob, and then he went home. But Prince says that after about 30 minutes, he said, hey, I've got a key fob. I'm going to go back to the store and steal the vehicle. Well, when he got
Seems
there,
reasonable.
Yeah, when Prince got there, he got in the car and the alarm went off. And then he attracted the attention of 8 or 9 store staff and they pulled Prince out of the vehicle, punch kicked and hit him repeatedly and struck him with a hammer. Prince says he has no memory of fleeing the scene of the assault until he found himself running about a block away from the scene. He then said that he became aware of his surroundings, and he discovered that he was bleeding and had suffered blow to his head, which he learned were the result of being hit in the hammer by multiple assailants. He described the claim as that he is an unemployed laborer, and he's suing for loss of opportunity to earn an income and loss of enjoyment of life and other damages, alleging he has suffered permanent hearing and vision loss, cranial nerve damage, and ongoing migraines, insomnia, and panic attacks. And he spent a day in the hospital, and then he was taken into custody and charged with theft.
And this guy's name's Prince.
Yeah.
Said he hadn't felt that bad since 1999.
I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there ends the...
Told him to bring it on. Let's go crazy.
Yeah, there brings us to the end of a way too long...
That's very good.
I've got a short one since I got flagged.
Well,
Okay,
let's let
let him
Jackson
go. I'll
hit it
go
up,
then.
and then we'll get to you. Go ahead there, Jackson.
Man banned from betting establishment in England after what he was seen doing on CCTV.
I think we know.
A man in Liverpool City Centre on April 23rd this year placed a series of 10 euro bets. However, the 31-year-old of Kensington became angry and irate after these wagers kept losing. A staff member approached him, the defendant, in order to ask if he was okay. However, he kept lodging further 10 euro bets, which similarly continued to lose. This led him to punching a gambling machine out of anger before threatening to smash up the premises and burn it down. The staff member pushed the panic button as a result because the furious customer began ripping up the carpet and threw a chair at the gaming machine. He then lit a newspaper on fire and attempted to throw it behind the counter, although the flaming item instead dropped to the ground and caused damage to the flooring.
Was he clothed?
Yes,
Jackson?
he was clothed.
All right. I mean, you tend to like
It's the first, I think it's the first time in a month and a half that Jackson's done a story where everybody had their clothes on.
Well,
Likes
you
the
know,
nudies.
when I first started, Ken was winning with all the naked people.
Uh-huh.
So I tried to narrow my searches down. but it hadn't worked for me, so I'm changing up my strategy a little bit.
Naked nincompoop, you said?
On a work
Yes.
laptop, that's got to go great.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
If they ever look into that, I'm done.
Cameron, yours very quickly?
Yeah, this is really easy. 65-year-old Daniel John Kinnell got upset with a couple while he was in the checkout line. Her husband told him to back off, at which point Kinnell left his cart and ran out of the store. Once he went outside, Kinnell moved his vehicle and positioned himself for the attack. When the couple left the store and began unloading their groceries into their vehicle, Kinnell ran up behind them and sprayed both of them in the face with a can of bug spray before running away and leaving. Shortly,
Bug spray?
yeah, bug spray.
Hot shot?
Yeah, shortly after, deputies found Kinnell nearby, where he was positively identified by the couple. So,
Raid!
right, he literally, like, she just was in line. He didn't like it, fought with her, went outside and was like, you know what? I'll wait for them and spray them in the face.
Take care of business
bug
with
spray.
wasp spray.
Yeah.
Quickly, before we go, I have one more naked nincompoop for you.
Okay.
After the Alabama defense was completely pantsed by Florida State on Saturday. Hey-o!
It's called a zinger.
That's hurtful, Jackson.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Mere moments from now, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Our man Cameron Smith with us for the duration of the show today. Jackson behind the glass. Jay Harper behind Jackson in News Closet B. Ken Weaver back tomorrow. Sally says, I'm voting for whoever didn't play the Nincompoop song intro, or I'm blaming the WTN app because I did not hear the Nincompoop song intro. Just like I didn't hear Jay's story because the WTN app wanted to sell me a couple of slices of pizza.
I mean, pizza's okay.
I like pizza.
Yeah, I like pizza.
Sally, the real question is, were they trying to say that pizza in English or Spanish?
Espanol.
Hola, amigo. Hola, Marcos. Pizzeria.
Spanish pizza sounds kind of interesting.
I don't know. We got some El Español commercials that play from time to time on the old app. So Sally, I apologize for that. We did in fact play the buzzer. Jackson wins at the buzzer. Jackson does not get a victory because he slammed on the tide at the end of that segment. That is not the way that any of this works. I mean, look, 1934 said Bama with the loss for the win.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't even know what that means.
You pander to people.
You're a fine panderer, sir.
Appreciate it, Matt.
Yeah, congratulations. Monica says low tide.
Yeah.
It is low
I'll take
tide.
it. I'll handle it. This is a give and take reality. You know? I mean, those folks in those like jumpsuit orange jerseys have been in the wilderness for a very long time.
We're going to take care of those.
Thank
folk.
you. I appreciate
not
that.
this Saturday, not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that. And then y'all, you know what?
No, Matt, it's next Saturday.
Is
Not
it
this
next-
Saturday, but next Saturday.
Is that right?
Yes.
My goodness gracious. Time comes at you fast, doesn't it?
Life comes at you fast.
I know. We got. We're going to take care of. We're going to take a pee, and then we're going to take care of the Tennessee Vols.
Oh, y'all got Austin P this
We
week?
do have Austin.
Hey,
P.
they beat MTSU this past weekend.
That's my understanding. I mean, they're no slide. We're not taking them lightly. We're not looking past the P.
Tennessee has the mighty ETSU Bucks.
Did the
Etsu.
Austin P? They're the governors, right?
Yes.
Because Austin P was a governor.
Let's go P.
But I went there in Clarksville.
Yep.
And I went to their campus. I rode my bike up there, my motorcycle up there, and I went up there, and I didn't know the backstory. I just knew that it was an odd name, and they were the governors, and I knew that their slogan was "Let's Go P," which I thought, because apparently for years they tried to push away from the obvious chant, and
You just got to own it.
you just got to embrace it. Let's go P. And then that's when I learned that Austin P was a former governor of the state of Tennessee, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
People used to be named weird things. Still are.
I mean,
some of us.
Austin's not that weird.
You can't pick your last name.
Well, P is a weird last name. It's Peay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
But he
I-
can't pick it. Like, it's
I
not
just
his
feel
fault.
like empirically,
Change
it's odd. You could change it. I mean, I would change Williams. I mean, who's ever heard of that?
It's like one of the most common. I have a really common name.
Jackson Williams.
Yes.
Brief timeout. When we return, Jackson will offer his 60-second football minute. It's the Action Jackson football minute on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Plus, we'll get Cameron's reaction to the president's suggestion that he's coming to Chicago and Baltimore, maybe Memphis. And reaction to, and perhaps a very different one, to a video showing the United States military blasting a drug boat.
Freaking sweet.
Freaking loved it. I absolutely loved it. And oh, by the way, the president was well within his authority to do so, and I'll explain why in just a moment on Super Talk. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Yes, TB, I do. TB is my resident Marshall Thundering Herd fan who listens to the show.
Totally fair.
And he wrote in and said, Matt, what did you think about the Georgia game? I was proud of my Herd for a team with a first-year coach and 75 new players. I thought they did okay. Fair. The offense has a long way to go. The defense held their own against the deep and talented veteran SEC team. Fair.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, we covered the spread. Fair. Yes, I asked him to call me call me and I'll give you an assessment of the Herd. I mean, Marshall, God bless you and thank you, and I hope the check clears. And
that was a good movie about Marshall.
I watched it the night before your game, hoping it would inspire the team.
I don't know if you know this about Young Jackson, the soon-to-be erstwhile executive producer of the Matt Murphy radio show.
I heard that.
But
got to stop doing that now because, we've kind of...
No, now I'm saying soon-to-be.
You said that when I was still temporary.
And that's probably still true. But Jackson is a hater, and haters are motivators. And that's all well and good. But every so often, we get quiet and we give Jackson an opportunity to take the microphone. We call it an Action Jackson Sports Minute. Jackson!
Yes, Matt Murphy.
I'd like an assessment of your Tennessee Volunteer football team. Is it too early to get an understanding of what you have behind center in the form of Joey Aguilar, the quarterback of the Tennessee Vols, against the Syracuse Orangemen? Looked pretty good. What do you say, Jackson?
Joey looked really good, made a couple of nice throws. His receiving core, there's still some timing things to work out there. We'll see how that progresses this week as the Vols have their home opener in Neyland Stadium against the ETSU Buccaneers. I'm looking at the defense right now, dealing with a few key injuries to Jermod McCoy. And Ricky Gibson announced this week that he is out for, as Josh Heupel put it, an extended period of time. So that secondary is getting a little bit thin. You have Boo Carter, who played some limited snaps on Saturday after his, I wouldn't call it a suspension, but some... Not even off the field troubles. He just missed some summer activities. He made a boo-boo.
A boo-boo made a boo-boo.
So hopefully his role increases. And Colton Hood looked really good for the Vols in the secondary.
Wait a minute. This extended period of time fella. Is that guy a starter?
Yes, he is the CB2.
So he'll be out for a couple of weeks?
He'll be out for the Georgia game. Yes, Matt. We will be down a corner.
Okay, hit the music again so that we can ask you one other question.
Go for it.
Part 2 of Action Jackson's Sports Minute. The Tennessee Titans take the field this week at Mile High Stadium against the Denver Broncos. Jackson, would you lay any opportunity for an upset on this game?
This is a tough one. It's on the road. It's your rookie quarterback's first start, Cam Ward. Kickoff at 3:25. I think it's going to be a competitive game. But ultimately, the Denver Broncos have a quarterback in his first start playing against the best defense in the NFL in their home stadium.
It is not a
favorable matchup for Cam Ward and the offense. The defense could take some opportunities from Bo Nix, but I would not lay any points on the Titans this weekend. I do think it'll be a fun game, and weird things happen in week one. You never know, but I would not put my money on the Titans this weekend.
It is, as they say, a year to build for later opportunities when we get that new stadium, right?
And Cam Ward, you should just be excited to see your new quarterback play football. I'm excited to watch what Cam Ward can do on Sunday.
He's got cool red shoes.
And he doesn't have a handful of mayonnaise. So
Yeah, I don't have to see one of those stupid mayonnaise commercials after he throws a horrific interception again.
And Levis is still on the team, right? He's just out for the season?
He is on injured reserve. He is technically on the team, but that is very technical because he is on injured reserve.
We'll never see him in the uni.
Nah, probably not. I mean, he's got a year on his contract after this, but I would imagine the team reaches some sort of trade agreement next offseason if he proves to be healthy.
This is not an official part of the Action Jackson Sports Minute, but caller 6256 says, didn't Jackson take Marshall last weekend?
I did.
And I think you took every non-SEC team.
Yeah, you know who else I took?
Who's that?
Florida State.
So did Lee Corso.
Yeah.
How about Lee
undefeated?
How about Lee going undefeated in the last in his last picks? What, he was 6-0, right?
Yeah, do you have any tears in your eyes in that one?
All right, so I'll tell you that in just a moment. I did hear this, that if some individual just out of a spirit of nostalgia or sentimentality, if you had been on your sports betting app, what do we use? What do you use?
I use FanDuel.
You use FanDuel. If you're on FanDuel and you created a 6-game parlay with Lee Corso's picks, and you picked Corso's picks, just, out of the spirit of supporting Corso, and you bet $100 on it.
You made like $800 or something like that.
I think it was over $100,000.
Oh, wow.
Like $160,000.
I should have done that.
I mean, the 6-team parlay and going 6-0 in that particular 6-team parlay. And, the big one was, Florida State. Anyway.
Pick Tennessee.
He did pick Tennessee. And that looks pretty good for him. I don't think that Tren de Aragua will be sending Donald Trump any thank you presents anytime soon. President Trump shared dramatic video of a U.S. military strike that blew apart a Venezuelan drug boat in the South Caribbean, leaving nearly a dozen suspected Tren de Aragua narco-terrorists dead. Trump said over the last few minutes, we literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat. A lot of drugs in that boat. You'll be seeing that. You'll be reading about that. It happened moments ago. Cameron, any concern about this? The president making the decision to strike a narco-terrorist organization?
No. I mean, basically, the real issue for me is if somebody has constitutionally protected rights, which some Democrats have tried to argue that, like, this extends sort of globally, which I don't see that. If this were American citizen, yeah, big problem. But when you have folks with a boat full of drugs that's going to kill a lot of people speeding towards, wherever their next destination is on the way to the United States, and you stop them, you send a pretty profound message to those cartels. We see you. Stop.
Let me give you a little Marco Rubio's take on this. Secretary of State had a couple of things to say about it regarding the President of the United States and his authority to wage war.
The United States has long, for many, many years, established intelligence that allow us to interdict and stop drug boats. And we did that. And it doesn't work. Interdiction doesn't work because these drug cartels, what they do is they know they're going to lose, 2% of their cargo. They bake it into their economics. What will stop them is when you blow them up, when you get rid of them. The President of the United States is going to wage war on narco-terrorist organizations. This one was operating in international waters, headed towards the United States to flood our country with poison. And under President Trump, those days are over.
I mean, 100% correct. Now, you're right, Cameron, that these drug cartels, I think Marco Rubio's right too, right? Mm-hmm. They understand their loss. I mean, they understand that there's a natural loss of product.
It's a calculated risk.
It is a calculated risk that they take. But what I would concern myself with is if this becomes the norm, then they're going to shift how they do things.
Yes.
And they're probably, like you mentioned, they're probably going to utilize American citizens more and more, those that are willing to engage on that level for money on these boats, because it's a little problematic if you start bombing boats with American citizens on it.
Yeah, and so I did check on this, that in March of this year, President Trump designated Tren de Aragua as a foreign terrorist organization. So this organization is absolutely sort of fair game, right? Because he's using the Alien Enemies Act to combat these guys. The big issue that you have when you start to involve American citizens is, hey, look, if I go join a terrorist organization, even as an American citizen, well, now I'm an enemy of the United States. I could be tried for treason, all that sort of thing. However, if I respond to an ad for a boat driver and they don't identify themselves as a terrorist organization, and just say, hey, we'll pay you to drive the boat, right? From here
What
to
am I
here.
going to be carrying? That's none of your business. Okay. I mean, there's
Right.
nothing, right.
Right. And those are the type of tactics that they'll try to do. And then, look, I can promise you that in the event that Trump or anyone in the administration blows up an American citizen without due process, that'll make headlines, right? So they knew exactly who was on that boat, what they were carrying. I'm sure that they were quite careful, and boom.
Quick correction. I'm not often wrong, but when I am not in doubt, and I try to correct. I am being corrected. I must have read it incorrectly. I must have added a 0. So my bad. If you picked all of Lee's picks, his 6, and put $100 down on a bet in the parlay, the amount would have been a little over $11,000, not $100,000. So my apologies to those who have been impacted by my error. It's 51 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. If you are with me over on the social media platform known as X, the X machine as I call it, you might notice that I just retweeted a post from Cameron Smith. Cameron Smith asking a very good question, and Matt Murphy wanting to know, where is the sunshine when it acts as the ultimate disinfectant? Cameron, there is a discharge petition in the House of Representatives involving the Epstein files, sir?
Yep. Ro Khanna, Thomas Massey put this out. Y'all have heard about it in the news. You've heard me talk about it, Matt talk about it. Right now, there are only 4 Republicans, only 4 that have said, hey, yeah, we just support this. This is obvious. It's Massey, Nancy Mace, Lauren Boebert, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. The Trump administration, I want to be real clear about this, has said Republicans supporting this discharge petition that would force the DOJ to release all the information it has related to the case will be seen by the Trump administration as a hostile act.
Why?
Which is why they're not doing it.
Why is Trump acting this way?
I don't know. It's so weird.
Why would any politician not want this information to be in the hands of the American public? And obviously, you've got to protect victims. That should be easy.
That's easy. That's not hard.
Easy.
It's redacted. No problem.
Why would you not want to hand over all of this information? We kind of finished the show where we started it, where I started it at 3 o'clock. I do not understand what's so hard about this. Present the information to the American public unless you have something to hide. And if you have something to hide, then you got a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, and go out there and retweet it. Create some pressure on these guys. They either need to explain why we don't want full transparency or they need to support it.
This idea that this is a, quote, hostile act. I mean, the Trump administration, I love Donald Trump. I love so much of what he's doing. He is misplaying this badly. And I don't understand why Republicans aren't getting in front of this and owning this issue.
Yeah, it should be obvious. And look, we know Trump and Epstein had a relationship that kind of went south. That doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Like,
right.
It
It's
just
okay.
doesn't.
And I believe that the majority of sane Americans will forgive Donald Trump just like they forgive Bill Clinton of having associations with Jeffrey Epstein, but those associations ultimately went nowhere in terms of criminal activity. You'll forgive that. What I won't forgive is a lack of transparency after you promise transparency and put people in positions of political power that promise transparency, like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. Anyway, retweet this at Matt Murphy Show, at D. Cameron Smith. We'll be back tomorrow. Mark Levin is coming up right now. For Cameron, thank you so much to all of you listening. We'll be back next time on Super Talk. Goodbye. So long. Sayonara. See you later. Adios.